Every night, Shankar returned to club, rain, heat, exhaustion. None of it stopped him. He pushed past the crowd, waving through the pulsing bodies, the neon light, the deafening music, all for one reason, Thong. But every night he was the same. Thong dances entered the stage radiant, graceful, every moment like poetry in motion, and every night he refused to acknowledge Shankar, not subtle gains, no big knowing hand, not teasing smirk, nothing. Shankar leaned against the bar, hands wrapped tightly around his glass, jaw clenched, frustration at himself. Why won't you look at me just once? Just a sign that you want me to. The crowd around him cheered, throwing tongue with money and applause. But the body didn't react. It was as if Shankar didn't exist. Shankar, fist clenching. Every night I come here, and every night it's like I am invisible to you. He could feel the anger, the desperation, the ache in his chest growing with every beat of the music, every smile Tom gave to someone else, every sway of his body, it burned it. Shankar stressed like fire. Shankar voice low, dangerous. Why are you doing this thing? Don't make me wait anymore. I can't take it. He leaned closer the edge of the stage, eyes fixed, waiting for any sign. But Tong danced on, flawless, untouchable, the distance between them growing heavier with every step. Jungkook felt like he was being tasted, taunted by fate itself, and every night his obsession deepened. One night, Tong was getting ready backstage, adjusting his costume and brushing his hair when Jimin appeared in the doorway. Jimin, raising and bro, hey, what's going on between you and that Jungkook guy? I see him here every day, looking for you, but you are not meeting him. You are hiding from him. What's going on? Why are you ignoring him? Tong sighed, tossing the brush into the counter. It's not good to mingle with rich people. You know how they are. Jimin, leaning against the doorway, curious. Why are you saying this? Shankar doesn't look like someone who could harm you. Tong hesitated, looking away. Yeah, he can't harm me, but someone else could. If I stayed close to him, it could bring trouble. It's better if we stay apart. Jimin shook his head, stepping closer. So you are just going to ignore him? He come here every night just for you. I can see it. But you just love playing hide and seek? Tong laughed lightly, brushing it off. I'm not playing hide and seek. It's just his obsession. He will get over it. Obsession like this doesn't last long. Jimin laughing, challenging. And what if he is not obsessed? What if he actually likes you and wants you in his life as a partner? Tong froze for a moment, eyes widening in surprise. He gasped, then nudged sharply but nervously. Tong bitterly. For a dancer from the club in his life? Come on, he is rich as hell. He can get rich boy he wants, not me. He could never actually want me in his life. Jimin crossed his arm, shaking his head with a knowing smile. You are wrong. You are underestimating him. Every night he comes here looking for you. You are the only reason he is here. Doesn't that tell you something? Tong, fingers tightening around a brush in his hand. Pride sliding with the flutter of the hope he didn't want to admit. You really think he cares that much? Jimin nodding calmly. I know he does, and that the truth is, he is not going to give up just because you are scared. You can try hide. You can try to avoid him, but he is not going anywhere. Tong looked away, forcing a laugh, trying to convince himself. He is rich. He can have anyone he wants. He will never actually choose me. Jimin smirked, a mix of teasing and certainty in his eyes. Maybe that's exactly why you chose you. That night, Tong moved across the dance floor with effortless grace, every spin and sway a masterpiece. But no matter how well he danced, Jimin's word echoed restlessly in his mind. He actually cares. He is not going anywhere. Tong stumbled slightly distracted and missed his step. A crowd didn't notice, but he did. His hand tightened at his side, and he tried to push the thought away, but it clung stubbornly. When the music finally ended, he headed toward the backstage area, hoping to escape into the familiar shadow. But the manager was waiting for him. Manager crossing his arms. Tong, you messed it up today. Half your pay? That's considered yourself lucky. Tong, protesting. Voice firm. I need that money, I can't. Manager interrupting harsh. No excuses, you messed it up. So, no full payment, take it or leave it. Tong clenched his fist, anger and frustration bubbling up. He opened his mouth to argue again when a sharp presence appeared beside him. Shankar stepped forward, his eyes cold, and without hesitation grabbed the manager's hand, holding the money. Shankar, tightening voice low, give him the full amount, or I will cut your pay and your shop from this club for last another week. The manager's eyes widened in fear. He stammered, stepping back. Sorry. I will pay you fully. I didn't mean. Shankar handed the money to Thang, who froze, staring at him in shock. Shankar's hand lingered slightly near Thang before he finally pulled it back, his expression unreadable but protective. Thang, softly, almost breathing. I can't. Thank you. Shankar, low, warning tone. Don't test me. You are not going to get hurt because of anyone else, understand? Thang's heart pounded, a mix of awe, relief, and something deeper stirring inside him. He nodded, barely able to speak, feeling Shankar's presence like a shield around him. The manager still trembling backed away quietly, muttering apologies. Shankar's gaze lingered on Thang for a moment, slightly warning the world. He is mine, and no one will mess with him. Shankar pulled back slightly. I am leaving. Thang froze. The word felt like a weight pressing down on his chest. Panicking, he turned and faced him. Where are you going? Jungkook, looking away, voice low. To Paris. My dad wants me to ship there, so... Before he could say anything more, Thang rushed forward, throwing his arms around Jungkook, tears filling freely. No, why? Why do you need to go there? You are a chaperone. You can work from here. Don't leave me. Jungkook hand moved to Thang's back, gentle but steady, soothing. No one wants me here today, so I guess I should leave. Thang pulled back just slightly, his hand lingering on Jungkook's shoulder, voice pleading. No, I want you. I need you here. Please don't leave me. Jungkook's eyes searched at Thang's face, frustrated and hurt. But you have barely spared me a glance. These past few days, I have been noticing it, ignoring me. How am I supposed to believe you now? Thang chased David as he pulled him back into a tight hug, voice muffled against Jungkook's shoulder as he sobbed. I'm sorry, I won't ignore you again. I did that because... Leave it. I don't want to talk about it. Just don't leave. We can meet however and whenever you want. Just please stay. Jungkook hands Cupid Thang's face, lifting it so their eyes met. Jungkook gently but searching. Are you trying to hide something from me? Thang's lips curled and he shook his head, voice shaky. No, I am not. But Jungkook was soiled. The sad flicker in his eyes, the hesitation in his tone. He knew that Thang was hiding something. Jungkook softly, teasing but serious. I can see that you are trying to hide something. Thang's gaze fell and he buried his face back into Jungkook's chest, gripping him tightly. Just don't leave me. Please don't leave. Jungkook held him close, heart touching and mixed, mind racing, knowing that something was wrong, but he couldn't let go, not now. Jungkook's eyes bored into Thang, searching for the truth. Tell me, did you meet my dad? Thang's eyes widened in shock. How do you know that? Jungkook shrugged lightly, a small conflicted smile tugging at his lip. Just a guess. So it was true. You met my dad, and he asked you to ignore me? Thang shook his head quietly, biting his lip. No, he didn't ask me to ignore you. He asked me to leave you alone. Because of me, you broke your engagement. All he said was one wants a club dancer in his home that you would probably never want me in his life. Jungkook's face clenched slightly. And you know what my dreams are, Jungkook? I want to fall in love, marry the person I love, kiss them every day and have their babies. Jungkook's eyes widened, a mix of shock and longing. Jungkook, scoffing, keeping Thang's face. He lies to you. I never said I don't want you. He just met once. You kissed me. I am kissed you back. It was mutual. Then how can you think don't want this? Thang looking down, a small pout forming on his lip, sadness. I thought I was just one time. Jungkook smiled softening. He lifted Taeyong's chin to meet his gaze. No, it wasn't just one time. The moment you kissed me, I got addicted. I want this every day. I want you every day in my life. My whole life. I want to see you, kiss you, love you. Thong's eyes widened, a rush of emotion overtaking him. He blinked, struggling it to process and for the first time he realizes just how deeply Jungkook wanted him, not as a fleeting moment, but as a lifetime. Thong's voice trembled. You really mean that? Jungkook leaned closer, forehead resting against his every word. I have said you for the moment I saw you, and I will never let you go. Thong breathed quick, his heart racing, and a tear slipping down his cheek. He couldn't speak. He only nodded, letting Jungkook's words sink in, letting the truth of his feeling wash over him. Jungkook smiling, brushing the tear away. See, no games, no lies. Just you and me, Thong finally whispered, a small smile forming through his tears. Then I don't want you to ever leave. Jungkook's lips curved into a satisfied, gentle smile as he captured Thong's lip in a deep, meaningful kiss, sealing their promise, their heart, and their growing love. The city light faded behind them as Thong led Jungkook walking down the quiet path to the beach. The night air was cool and the rhythmic crash of the waves instantly washed away. Jungkook tensed thought. He glanced at Thong, who was smiling from ear to ear, his eyes sparkling in the moonlight. Thong teasing, "Come on, showcase. You are going to miss the best part of the life. Keep standing there." Jungkook laughed, shaking his head as he slipped off the shoes and felt the sand between his toes. The best part of my life is you trying to get me to run around the sand at midnight. Thong laughter ran out melodic and infectious and ran forward. Jungkook chasing him, leaving their footsteps on the sand. Without warning, Thong scooped up in a handful of water and flung it at Jungkook, who helped and spun around soon. Waterfall flying everywhere as they dashed along the shoreline, slipping and sliding, laughing so hard that their laughter mingled with the sound of the waves. Jungkook breathless, smiling wide. You are going to regret this day? Thong grinning mischievously. I highly doubt it. Before either of them could reach their breath, Thong tagged Jungkook into the shallow waves. Water splashed over them, soaking their clothes and clenching their skin. Jungkook, shrugging but defiant, dissolved into giggles as he finally gave in, wrapping his arms around Thong in a soft. They pushed each other into the water, rolling and tumbling like children. Their laughter turned into soft gasps, and their teasing touches lingered longer than necessary. After a while, they collapsed into the sand, soaked and laughing, their chests heaved from expression. Thong brushed wet hair from Jungkook's forehead and leaned close. Thong, you are cute when you are wet and mad. Jungkook breathless. You are impossible, Thai. Thong rolled his eyes, playful but smirked. Maybe, but you like it. Jungkook shook, leaning in and brushing his lips against Thong's in a soft, lingering kiss. Thong responded instantly, his hand moving to give Jungkook's face, pulling him closer. The kiss deepened, the world around them fading into the sound of waves and the rustle of ocean breeze, then breaking away with a mischievous glint in his eyes. Thong grabbed a handful of sand and threw it at Jungkook, who yelped and laughed after him. The chase resumed, more playing than ever, by stolen kisses, splashes, and laughter that seemed to echo endlessly in the night. At the point, Jungkook swung Thong around and tossed him into the water, only to be tackled in return. They rolled into the water, showing, laughing, and teasing until exhaustion left them both lying on the sand, drenched, heart pounding and smiling, plastered across their face. Jungkook panting voice low. I have never had this much fun. Thong brushing sand off his shoulder. I told you life more than clubs and money. This is real. Their eyes met, the playful energy softening into something tender. Slowly they leaned toward each other, lips meeting in a kiss that was equal parts passion, and affection. It lingered a promise, a declaration, and a taste of something they both wanted but had never allowed themselves to fully feel. Shankar whispering against Thong's lips, that I don't want this night to end. Thong smiling softly, then it doesn't have to. Still holding each other close, they stood dripping and sandy, walked hand in hand back to his apartment. The night was far from over. Playful kisses, scented touches, and whispered promises followed them inside, carrying the warmth, freedom, and magic of the beach into the quiet intimacy of their shared space. The door closed behind them. For the first time, Jungkook felt what it was like to live in his moment, to be seen, to laugh, to play, and to be loved without reservation, all because of them. The morning sunlight still lingered faintly in the room, but by the time night crept closer, Thong was already pulling himself out in Shankuk's embrace. They had spent the last day and night tangled together, whispering, laughing, kissing, loving. Reality was tugging him back. Thong stood in front of the mirror, fixing his shirt and tying his hair loosely. The faint sound of the sea still humid in his ear, a remember of the last night freedom. He was almost ready to leave when he felt Shankuk gaze on him. Shankuk stood at the doorway, arm crossed, dark eyes fixed on Thong as though he were trying to read every hidden thought in his mind. Shankuk calm but firm. Why? Thong turned confused. Why? What? Shankuk took a step closer, his voice deepened. Why do you work in that club there? You don't belong there. You hate when people throw money at you. You don't even let strangers touch you like the others do. You are not like them. Then why? Thong looked away, busying himself by adjusting the cuff of his shirt. Because I need to live. Shankuk pleading. There are thousands of shops there. Why? That one. Do you know what kind of people look there? They would bite your life if they get a chance, and I can't stand it. For a moment, Thong froze. His aunt the genuine worry beneath Shankuk's frustration, but he also felt the sting of being misunderstood. Slowly, he turned to face him. Thong, do you think I didn't try? I've been everywhere, Shankuk. I tried to find another job, but no one pays like this one. This job, as much as I hate some part of it, it pays enough for me to survive every month. Shankar shook his head, running frustration hand through his hair. Then let me help you. I can give you a better job. Something safe, something where no one dare to lay their eyes on you. But Dong stepped closer, placing his hand lightly on Jungkook's chest, stopping him and soft kissed. I am not doing this just for money. This job gives me something too. Confidence, a stage, a place to practice. Do you know what my dream is, Sanko? To graduate and open my own dance academy. And until then, this club is the only place that let me train, perform, and still pay me rent. Jagu Singer turned his softer. He wanted to argue more, to lead him. He would build him an academy right away, that he would give him everything he dreamed of, but he stopped himself. Indeed, he let out a long breath, keeping Thong face gently. You deserve better than that stage there, better than drunk men throwing money at you. I I just don't want you to be hurt. Thong smiled sadly. He leaned in his forehead against Sanko, closing his eyes for a moment of peace. I know and I love that you worry, but you have to trust me. This is my part right now. The only day, one day, I will make it something beautiful. Shankar tightened his arm around him, pulling him close, his protective instinct worrying with the admiration he felt Shankar whispering. Then let me at least protect you while you walk it. Thong nodded, his smile widening slightly. That I will allow. They shared a more case, tender and lingering before Thong picked up his bag and left for the club, his heart heavy with determination. Shankar gaze followed him until the door closed. For Shankar, one thing became clear. If he couldn't stop Thong from working there, he would make sure no one dares to harm him in that place. The club was alive again that night, neon light flashing, the bars shaking the floor, and drunken laughter mixing with music. The air smelled of sweat, perfume, and lingering, thick and suffocating for anyone who didn't belong here. But for Tong, it was just another stage. He stepped onto the spotlight, every moment fluid, praise, and intoxicating. His body spoke with grace, each sway and spin captivating the crowd. Bass floated toward him like confetti, but unlike the other dancers, he never reached for them. His eyes weren't on the money, they were lost in the rhythm, in the art of the dance itself, and in the shadow of the club. Jungkook watched. He had promised himself he wouldn't come. He had promised he gave time space. But the moment the light hit the stage, he resolutely shattered it. His gaze followed every flick of Tong's wrist, every sharp turn on his hips, every expression that flashed across his face. It wasn't lust, not just lust, it was awe. But then Jungkook saw jaw tightened. A group of men near the stage leaned forward, their eyes angrily following Tong's movement. One of them whistled, throwing a stack of bill across the floor. Another shouted crowd roar and made Jungkook's blood boil. And then one of them tried to climb closer to the stage. Jungkook's patience snapped. Before the bouncer could react, Jungkook was already moving. He grabbed the man by his collar, yanking him back with such a force that the guy stumbled. Jungkook, cold, deadly calm, touch him and I will break your hand. The man froze, fear flashing in his eyes as Jungkook shoved him back toward his friends. The rest of them immediately shut up, their laughter dying in their throat. Tong saw it all. The dance broke into the split second. A small mistake, no one else noticed it, but Jungkook did. Their eyes met briefly through the flashing light. The eyes asked, keep it. He wasn't supposed to feel this safe, not here. The song ended and light dimmed, and Tong slipped off the stage. Breathing heavily, he grabbed a towel, wiping his face when he felt that familiar presence behind him. Tong, softly without turning. You shouldn't have done that. Jungkook stepped closer, his voice dangerous but filled with something gentle underneath. And what? Let them drool over you? Let them touch you? I can't. I won't. Tong finally turned, looking up at him. His lips parted, but no words came out. The intensity in Jungkook's eyes was overwhelming. Not just anger, but something deeper, something protective and possessive. Tong whispering, you are going to get yourself in trouble if you keep doing that. Jungkook leaned in, his breath brushing Tong's hair. I don't care about trouble, I care about you. Tong's face tightened. He wanted to scold him, to push him away, to remind him of the wall they had built, but instead he found himself whispering back, Tong, then don't make it so obvious, or people will know. Jungkook smiled faintly, his fingers brushing Tong's hand just for a second before pulling away. Good, let them know. Let them know you are mine. Tong break cock, his face heating. He didn't reply, couldn't reply. All he could do was stare at and walk it away, leaving the heavy word echoing in his chest, leaving Tong blushing. Tai stepped into his home. He tossed his bag onto the chair, ready to collapse on the bed. But then he froze, sitting calmly in his worn-out armchair, legs crossed. Was the last person he wanted to see. John Jungkook's father. The old man's presence filled the tiny room with his expensive suit and polished shoe, looking out of the place among Tai's peeling wallpaper and second-handed furniture. He sipped from the glass of water like he owned the place. Old man John, you are persistent. I will give you that. No matter how much I warn you, you just won't stay away from my son. Tong clenched his face. He wanted to tremble, to feel small under that man's gaze again. But something inside him had changed. Maybe it was Jungkook's word. Maybe it was the way Jungkook made him feel alive. Whatever it was, he wasn't going to beg this time. With all due respect, sir, what are you doing in my home? The old man shook it darkly, setting the glass down on Tai's tiny table. I came to remind you of your place. You are a club dancer, a boy who owns pocket change saving in front of trunks. My son is head of billion. Do you really think he belongs to the same world? Tong's lips curled into a bitter smile. Tong, funny, because last night, no, on the beach, he didn't seem to care about billions. He cared about me. That made the old man expression hardening, his smugness flickering. Old man Sean, snapping. Stop this nonsense before you run him. Stay away or I will crush you. Your scholarship, your pathetic dream of the dance academy. I will end all of it. Tong shook a step forward, his eyes sharp, his voice cold. You can try, but there's the thing. You touch my dream, you touch me, and I will tell Jungkook everything. Do you really think he will forgive you if he finds out you didn't me? If he finds out you are the reason I have been avoiding him? The old man gaze froze for time, didn't stop. Tong Socratic laugh. He adores me, sir. You have seen it yourself. So go ahead, taste him. But I promise, if Jungkook finds out you ever laid a hand on me, he will never forgive you. Not as a son, not as a tribal heir. For the first time, old man Jeon had no clear response. His hand gripped the cane tightly, fluorescing in his eyes, but he didn't move. Tong firmly pointing at the door. Now get out of my apartment. This is my place. You don't belong here. The silence was heavy, thick with unspoken threat. Finally, the old man exhaled sharply, standing. Old man Sean, low, venomous. You will regret this. Tong without flinching. No, you will. If you hurt me, you lose your son. Choose wisely. The old man's eyes narrowed, but he said nothing more. He walked out, slamming the door behind him. Tong sunk against the wall, his knees weak, but a victorious, shaky smile spread across his lips. For once, he hadn't begged. For once, he has stood tall. That night, Jungkook arrived at Tae's apartment with takeout in his hand and a wide smile, but it instantly failed when he saw the look on Tong's face. Pale, shaken, his lips pressed tight and concerned. Tae, what happened? Did someone hurt you? Tong hesitated, but then something inside him cracked. He couldn't hide it anymore. He took a deep breath and laid out. Your dad came here. He threatened me. He told me to stay away from you. Said he would run my scholarship, my dream. He tried to scare me into leaving you. Jungkook's body froze for a moment. He just stared at that in disbelief and rage. That he said the takeout down with shaking hands. Jungkook, he came here at your home. Tong nodded, swallowing hard. I stood up to him this time. I told him if he touched me or my dream, I will tell you everything, that you will never forgive him. That's why he left. But Jungkook, I can't keep fighting him alone. The fire in Jungkook's eyes lingered. His jaw clenched, his face trembling. He pulled Tae into his embrace, kissing his ear, then pulling back. Jungkook sobbed but burning inside. You will never fight him alone again, I swear it. Later that night, Jungkook went back to old man Jeon's castle. Old man Jeon, calm smug. So you found out. I wanted it dancer. But he is stubborn, just like you. That's why you will destroy yourself if you keep. Jungkook interrupting, slamming the desk. Shut up. The old man blinked at the venom in his voice. How dare you to threaten him? How dare you walk into his home like you own him? He is mine. Do you understand that? Mine. And if you ever touch him again, if you ever even beat his name with disgust, I will make sure you regret it. Old man Jeon angry laugh. You are throwing away everything for some club dancer? Do you even hear yourself? Your position, inheritance, your name. Jungkook cutting in, voice breaking out strong. I don't need your name. I don't need your money. I'm sure as hell don't need a father who thinks love is measured with bank account. Silence, heavy, suffocating. The old man stared at him, stunned. Jungkook, tears stinging his eyes. You are not my father anymore. From this moment, we are done. I will build my own life by my own, with Taeyong by my side. Keep your money, keep your power. I don't want it. The old man stood furious, shouting Jungkook's name, but Jungkook didn't turn back. He walked out of the study, out of the mansion, slamming the door behind him like he was cutting off the lifetime options. When he returned to Taeyong's apartment, his hands were shaking, his chest heavy, but his eyes were free. Taeyong, worried, rushed to him. What happened? Jungkook covered Tae's face. I told him, I am done. I cut every ties. From now on, it's you and me, Taeyong, no one else. Taeyong's eyes widened, tears springing in his eyes as he whispered, disbelieving. Taeyong, you chose me? Jungkook kissed him deeply, holding him like he will never let go. I will always choose you. The boardroom was buzzing with chatter as the investor gathered around the long glass table. Tom walked in confidently, file in hand, his sword hugging him like armor. His dance academy had grown into the one of the most respected in the country, and now he was helping Shankuk present their new company for a major project. But the air shifted when he saw him, the old man John, Shankuk's father, sitting with a group of wealthy associates, speaking like he owned the entire room. Senior John, mocking loud enough for everyone to hear. Well, well, isn't it the club dancer? Funny to see you here, trying to play with the big boys. The men around him chuckled, sipping their whiskey. Thong passed, then slowly turned toward him, his sharp eyes locking on the old man, a smile curling on his lip, sweet and dangerous. Thong, calm but sharp as glass. Yes, the club dancer, who now owns one of the top academies in Seoul, and the one standing here as a partner in the project. Don't worry, Mr. John. I am not here to dance. I am here to win. The room went silent for a moment. Some of the investors exchanging look. Shanku's father shifted, but forced a laugh. You really think you can compete with me? With my years of power, my influence, my name? Tong took a step closer, leaning just slightly over the table, his voice dropping with deadly confidence. I don't think, Mr. John, I know, because unlike you, I'm not alone. My husband, John Shankar, will be leading this project, and trust me, he will be the only one walking away with victory. Gasps and murmurs spread across the table. Some of the investors straightened, suddenly paying more attention. Mr. John snapping, You dare to challenge me? Tong smirking, widening. Oh, I don't just dare, I promise. Watch closely, Mr. John. This time it will be my Shanku who wins, not you. For the first time, the old man's confidence cracked. The sting of the young bird spoke so boldly in front of the pair, landed like a slap. Just then, the door opened and Jacob walked in, tall, composite, executing power in his own right. His eyes immediately spot Tong, softening for a moment before turning sharp as he noticed his father. Tong straightened, stepping back slightly, but keeping his smirk. He didn't need to say more. Shankuk's presence beside him was already proof of everything he had just declared. At one end sat Mr. John, Shankuk's father, calm but smug, his eyes smirking with confidence. At the other end sat Shankuk, posture firm, eyes razor sharp. Beside him sat Tong, not just as silent supporter but with his own file, his own presence radiating authority. Mr. John leaning back. Gentlemen, I have been in this business for decades. My company has stability, resources, and proven track records. Trusting me with your invest assured guarantee returns, I believe that's far more reliable than gambling on a newcomer. He threw a glance at Shankuk, that mocking smirk on his lip. His friends took leg quietly, feeding the arrogance in the room. Shankuk, stability isn't always growth, father. What the market needs new is innovation. Old methods don't bring new research. My company isn't a gamble, it's a future. And I am not standing here begging for approval. I am offering an opportunity you won't want to miss. The executive murmured, some nodding, others still undeciding. That's when Tong leaned forward, agencies lessened with still in his voice. Tong, Mr. John, talk about decades of experiences. Impressive, yes, but also decades of outdated strategies that are now sinking under the competition. Shankuk's vision has already been piloted and tested with better success rates than what the older firms are presenting. Numbers don't lie, confidence doesn't lie, and I don't need to sugarcoat it. John Shankuk is the only one in this room who understands where is the market heading. His voice silenced through the tension. The older man's smirk faded. Mr. John's face tightened, but he tried to regard Mr. John, snapping. Bold words from someone who barely belongs to this room. Do you think sass and passion can win this? Tong didn't flinch. Instead, he smirked, voice sharp with sass. No, but vision and truth too. And the truth is simple. My husband John Jungkook doesn't just belong in this room. He owns it. Watch closely, Mr. John, because by the end of the day, it will be clear who the real John to trust in. The room went silent. Executive exchanged glances, some even surprising grin at Dong boldness. Jungkook lips twisted into the faintest smirk, pride radiating in his eyes as he glanced at his husband. The battle wasn't over, but the tide was already turning. After the presentation, the executive whispered among themselves, flipping through the proposal files one last time. At the end of the table, the chairman finally cleared his throat. Chairman, we have heard both sides. On one hand, Mr. John represents years of stability, but on the other, John Jungkook presents a bold, tested vision for the future. After careful consideration, the board has reached its decision. The room fell silent. Jungkook's hands slid beneath the table, brushing Jungkook's grounding him. Jungkook's father leaned forward, confidence flickering in his eyes, already convinced that victory was his. Chairman, we unanimously wait vote to move forward with John Jungkook proposal. Congratulations, Mr. John. But the name was directed to his father. The chairman looked straight at Jungkook. For a moment, silence reigned. Then a buzz broke out across the room. Executive nodded, some even smiling at Jungkook with genuine respect. Jungkook's father's face darkened instantly. The smugness wiped clean. His face clenched on the table. Dong didn't waste the opportunity. He leaned back in his chair, voice ripping with sass. Dong mocking. Oh, did you hear that, Mr. John? They said John Jungkook, not you. Look like experience couldn't compete with vision of this time. Or maybe it's just that old age arrogance doesn't win anymore. Gasp and murmurs. Shookers echoed around the table. Mr. John's face flushed red, his pride visibly cracked. He shot up from his chair. Mr. John Flores. This isn't over. You will regret siding against me. Dong smirking. We don't regret winning, Mr. John. You should get used to it, because from now on, it's only going to be John Jungkook on top. The old man saw tightening before he stormed out, slamming the glass door behind him. Jungkook finally exhaled. Dong turned to him, eyes glowing with pride. Without hesitation, Jungkook pulled him close, pressing a soft kiss against his temple, right there in the conference room. Jungkook proudly. We did it, love. Dong smiling widely. No, you did it. I just made sure anyone heard it loud and clear. Later that night, the two celebrated their victory, not with champagne and empty toasts, but in each other's arms, laughter spilling as freely as their kisses. For the first time, Jungkook wasn't just the son of a powerful man. He was a powerful man in his own right, and Dong was right there beside him, where he always belonged.